And a pleasant good afternoon to you and yours, and welcome to Dawson Field here on the campus of Melbourne High School. A Saturday afternoon matinee, a Game 3 winner take all, and it's all happening on prom night for the Melbourne Bulldogs as we get ready to watch the Bulldogs take on the Lake Minneola Hawks in the 6A-2 regional quarterfinal. Best of three, Game 3 series as the teams are being introduced. We're going to have the national anthem here. And then once we have the national anthem, we will pause for just a second. We'll come back and we'll give you the batting order for the Minneola Hawks, and we'll tell you who is playing in the field and where for the Melbourne Bulldogs, as long as we make sure they play a non-copyrighted version of the Star Spangled Banner. We'll keep it on. If they do, then it'll be muted. You'll find out here in just a moment. All right, the national anthem, the non-copyrighted version, by the way. I'd be curious to know how much money Francis Scott Key still makes off the national anthem these days. So as we get set, these two teams have played a very entertaining Game 2 in this series, won by the Hawks in walk-off fashion. The Melbourne Bulldogs have really hit the baseball in these two games. They come into this with 20 hits, and they have induced 15 walks in two games. But Lake Minneola got the bats out in the last game, scoring 10 runs in the contest. And here's who they'll send to the plate and in what order in Game 3. It'll be Chase Dougherty leading off and playing third base. Batting second and playing shortstop will be Tyler Pierre. Tyler Pierre will bat second and play shortstop. Batting third will be Maddox Bultima, and he'll be in right field. Batting fourth, let me make sure I say this young man's name correctly because, we're just going to call him Fabian. Anton Santi. Fabian Anton Santi is the DH. Colson May is pitching today. Jacob Cowley is over at first base. Tristan Clausen is the catcher. Dylan Montrell in left field, and Ryan Zinn is in center field. Let me apologize now for my voice. This is the seventh baseball game of the week. We have broadcast. I've done, I think, all seven. So I'm wearing a little thin here today. So I apologize for my voice. Ty Aldeghi will be in left. Wyatt Batava in center. Nolan Keeley over in right. Dominic Tamburino at third. Bryson Ayala at short. Gabe Gonzalez at second. Bryce Connor at first. Logan Hart on the mound, and his battery mate behind the plate is Tony Burrows. Logan Hart 1-0 with a 2.85 ERA this season. 19 and 2/3 innings pitched, 14 hits, 8 earned runs, 17 walks, and 15 strikeouts as Chase Dougherty steps in. Now, we've got a Dougherty that plays for the Vieira Hawks, and his name is pronounced Doherty. So I'm not sure. It's either Dougherty or Doherty. Spelled same way. Same way. Either way you say this young man's name, he comes in batting .372 this year with 29 hits. And immediately Hart falls behind him 2-0. I was talking to one of the coaches for Melbourne before the game, and the thing that is so hard for a lot of these players this time of the year, especially on a day like today when tonight's prom night. Yeah, you want to get out there, compete, and win. Upstairs, ball 3. Yeah, you want to get out there, compete, and win. But, man, they're juggling a lot, 3 balls and no strikes to Dougherty. Tyler Pierre on deck. Hart's 3-0 is the proverbial 3-1 strike. So Hart picks up his first strike of the game. Want to welcome in as well downtown Caleb Brown producing today's game. Today's game is brought to you by the Bulldog Diamond Club. And that is a 5-pitch walk to kick things off. Tyler Pierre will step in. Not a great week for Brevard County as far as the new 2 out of best of 3 tournaments go. We had 9 teams reach the FHSAA state tournament. 6 of them are already gone. 4 of them won out in 2 straight. Vieira plays tonight in Game 3. This is Game 3. Only Merritt Island has advanced. Tyler Pierre steps in. The lefty. Upstairs, ball 1. Pierre, a .292 hitter. He's got 16 RBIs, 21 hits, 2 doubles this year. That's a nice lead with a left-hander on the mound by Dougherty over there. And Hart thinks so too. And he will toss over and keep him close. 77 stolen bases for Lake Minneola, so they will run on you. Outside for another ball. Dougherty with a dozen base thefts this year. Pitch. And that's another ball, 3-0. Third base coach, which I can only imagine is Kerry Wetro, telling ball 4, back-to-back walks to start it, and this is not a good sign. As Maddox Multima steps in. Maddox is only batting .482 this year. He's got 41 hits, 25 RBIs, 10 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. Let me repeat that. 482. So, yeah, that's it. So, Logan Hart needs to be real careful here. And already I hear gloves popping behind me in the Melbourne bullpen, which is not a bad idea either. Yeah. Boy, this is the ideal start if you are Lake Minneola. 2 on, nobody out, and arguably one of the best hitters in the state at the plate at .482. Are you kidding me? Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. As the bench shouts, ball 7. And 2-0. Ball 8 now. Yeah, you said Texas A&M made that famous, did they? Right. 2-0. That ball is skied, and this is a lucky break for Melbourne right there. Nice pitch by Logan Hart to pop out to Bryson Ayala, and a collective sigh of relief comes off the chest of everyone wearing Bulldog green in the building. We all right? And this will bring up Fabian Antasanti. Antasanti batting .382. This is the RBI machine right here. Antasanti with 37 of them this year for Lake Minneola. And he fouls that first pitch back and off the screen for strike one. The first batter Hart has been ahead of, so that's a good sign there. Hart's got to be careful. Hart's got to be careful. You don't want to let these guys steal on you. And he swings and misses. Well, swings and fouls it off, I should say. 0-2. We've done some Lake Minneola baseball before. I think we did them last year against Vieira. 1 out, 2 on. Fabian Antasanti. Colson May on deck, the pitcher for Lake Minneola. Hart's pitch outside for a ball. It's a great afternoon to play baseball. Slight breeze blowing in from the ocean, which means it's blowing out of here. 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. You got a good angle on this? Okay. 2-2 on its way from Hart to Antasanti. Hart kicks and fires, and Antasanti, I believe, probably swung at a ball there, and the count will stay at 2-2, and we'll do it all over again. Good battle here between Hart and Fabian Antasanti. And Antasanti goes down on strikes. And Hart wins the battle. And it's 2 outs. And Colson May will step in. May, a .299 hitter. That was probably the biggest strikeout of the year for the Melbourne Bulldogs. They could get bigger as the game mounts. To get a guy with 37 ribbies. And that gets away, and everybody's going to move up. Oof. He started late on that jump, didn't he? I don't think they saw the ball trickle back behind catcher Tony Burrows. Burrows, one of the best in this county. Colson May. Now with runners at second and third, but 2 outs. And that one goes off the top of the bat and foul. And Hart, after walking the first 2 hitters, is now retired the next 2. Inside, 1-1. Two and one. Check that. 2-1. 3-1. So, hitters count here. First base is open. I mean, you'd rather get out of the inning, obviously, but the bag is open. Jacob Calley on deck. Calley, a .371 hitter, so you may not want to throw to him either. The pitch. And staying alive is May. Hart with a lot of pitches this inning. And that'll be ball 4 outside. The bases are loaded. 2 outs, the third walk of the inning. So as we said, Calley steps in And he's batting .371. I think they're calling him Captain Cali. Low and inside, ball one. No place to put Captain Cali.
Hey, Logan, come on. Hey, you got this. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. And that gets away, and everybody's going to hold up. And by the grace of the good Lord that are the baseball gods, that thing came straight back to Tony Burrows, and that is a thank you, baseball god moment there. And the bases stay loaded. I mean, straight back. And Burrows is going to go out and settle him down a little bit, saying, look, man, we ain't going to get too many of those. So the bottom line is, if any more, throw a strike here. That's what I've been telling him. Yeah, I mean, you know, throw the ball over, good things are going to happen. I mean, look, they hit you, but you got to battle here. Fill up the zone. So again, we want to thank the Bulldog Diamond Club for sponsoring today. Pitch outside, and it's now 3-0. This is one of those moments where if you're watching on Game Changer, you're like anxiously awaiting for the next pitch because you want to see if they – and he does walk in a run. I was watching Game Changer the other night when that happened to Aldeghi. My heart just sank seeing that run come across on Game Changer. And Burrows biding for extra time here now with a second mound visit as the glove pops behind me in the Bulldog bullpen. Tristan Clausen, the seventh batter of the inning, steps up. He is a .286 hitter, 14 hits this year. So Hart in first inning trouble, but he has 2 outs. And he'll get a first pitch strike, 0-1 to Clausen. Did he go? No. 1-1. One ball and one strike. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. And Hart with an opportunity. If he can get out of this with just allowing one run, that would be that'd be a win, so to speak. And this ball is lifted in the air, but Gonzalez calls and hauls for the third and final out. But Lake Minneola does pick up a run as they get 1, 2, 3, 4 walks, no hits, no errors, 3 left. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0, Lake Minneola. All right, welcome back to Dawson Field here where the Bulldogs trail early 1-0. Let's go ahead and give you the Melbourne lineup as brought to you by the Bulldog Diamond Club. I want to thank Miss Gates and everybody that has stepped up to ensure Bulldog baseball is brought to the rest of the community and those that can't reach it today. Leading off will be catcher Tony Burrows. Batting second to be Bryson Ayala. Batting third, Bryce Connor. Casey Dwyer bats fourth. Gabe Gonzalez fifth. Ty Aldeghi is sixth. Dominic Tamburino seventh. Nolan Keeley eighth. And Wyatt Votava will bat ninth. On the bump today is going to be Colson May for Lake Minneola. And May this year is 33 innings pitched. Colson May, 33 innings pitched, 17 hits, 7 runs, 4 of them earned, 22 walks, 35 strikeouts. Opponents are batting 1.53 against him, and his ERA, where is his ERA? Well, they would do this. Yep, he's tops on the list. A 0.85 ERA, and he's 3-0 this year. So they got an arm going at him, and the first pitch from May to Burrow is strike one. And Burrow flies one. He didn't see it, and they don't get it. He did not see it. The right fielder, Maddox Poltima, did not see the ball in the high sky today, and it's going to fall for a double. And Burrows is in, and the Bulldogs are in business. Nobody out, runner at second. He said it. You could see him put his arm up at the last minute. He could not find the ball. Maddox Poltima in right, Ryland Zinn in center, and Dylan Montrell over in left. Is the outfield. We'll give you the infield after Bryson Ayala bats. Ayala recently signed to attend Tulane. So Ayala this season. Ayala's got 4 hits in these 2 games. And there's a strike all on the outside corners. Ayala batting .348 this year. 31 hits, 19 RBIs. As I said, 4 hits in the series. The off-speed breaks down, but it's a ball, 2-1. Outside. On deck is Bryce Connor, who's 4 for 7 in the series. Mays, 2-2, is now 3-2, and he's in danger of putting Ayala aboard. He's holding his stomach. See that? Hope he's okay. A lot of times that can be indicative of a cramp. Maybe just, and he's reaching out there. Keep your eye on him, because did you see him holding his stomach? Yeah, I hope he's okay. In the dirt. 3-2. Or no, that's the walk. That's the walk. My apologies. My pitch count was off by 1. And Bryce Connor will step in. Connor batting .370 this season. Extremely excited to see what the next 3 years holds for Bryce Connor. Just a freshman, 24 RBIs, 27 hits this season. And as I said, 4 for 7 in this series. And the Bulldogs, like Lake Minneola, with runners at first and second and nobody out. May. Upstairs. Ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3, all three in the same spot. So now May in trouble to start off the bottom of the first. And the Melbourne Bulldog reciprocates with ball 6. The pitch. And there's a strike. The 3-1 is popped up and out of play. Tyler Pierre was giving chase on that. So let's take you around the infield. Chase Dougherty at third. Tyler Pierre at second. Brandon Rupsing at second base. He's being DH for today. Jacob Calley at first. As we said, on the mound is Colston May. And behind the plate, his battery mate is Tristan Clausen. The 3-2 is drilled into center field. That gets down. And the center fielder bobbles that. 1 run will score. Ayala will be held at third. And the Bulldogs have tied this game up at a run apiece on a Bryce Connor single. Runners now at first and third, and still nobody out. A lot of excitement in this one to start. Well, yeah, I was going to say, what else is there to do? This is it right here, buddy. That's right. Bryce Connor with a big pop there. That's Bryce's 5th hit of the series. He's now 5 for 8 in these 3 games. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is his 4th RBI. Yes, that's his 4th RBI as well. Oh, he's a freshman. Yes, indeed. Stepping in now is Casey Dwyer. He's designated hitter today. Dwyer batting .264 this year. He's an RBI guy, double-digit RBIs with 13. Ayala at third, Connor at first, and Colson May delivers up ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. We could be looking at a 45-minute first inning. Good thing we brought the charger. And there's a strike on the corner. 3-1. Bryson Ayala, the runner at third. Here's the pitch. Strike 2, full count. So let's see what Connor does at first. Fouled back and out of play, and the count stays full. Regardless of what happens here for Colson May, neither him or Logan Hart will be in this game long today just because of these first innings. The amount of pitches thrown by each will definitely limit their time today. And this ball is skied into center field. Ryland Zinn comes in and makes the catch. Ayala tags easily from third, and the Bulldogs take a 2-0 lead. Or 2-1 lead, I should say. 2-1 Melbourne. Bryce Connor stays at first. That's 1 out with Gabe Gonzalez coming up. Gonzalez, a 318 hitter. And he'll look at ball one. One out now. Strike two. 0-2 now. Or 1-1, whatever the scoreboard says. We'll figure it out here. High and tight. Gonzalez thought for a minute there he may have clipped his jersey. Gonzalez has got 8 RBIs and 21 hits this year. And that is high for ball 3, so 3-1. 2-1, Melbourne on top here. In a long first inning. Ball 4. Ty Aldeghi will come up. Aldeghi's had a series as well. Aldeghi collected 3 RBIs in game 1. And a couple of hits in game 2. So he's got 3 hits in the series on the year. Aldeghi, the model of consistency for Melbourne. 257, 11 RBIs, 18 hits. He's that guy. Right there at the Mendoza line in terms of average, but he's going to get you. He's going to make the big defensive play. He's going to get the big stolen base. He's going to get it done for you. Aldeghi looks to strike one that gets away, and both runners will advance as Bryce Connor is at third, and now Gabe Gonzalez at second. So the Bulldogs with runners at second and third, and just 1 out. Dominic Tamburino, the on-deck hitter. High again, 2-1. And there is activity in the Lake Minneola bullpen now as well. Strike 1. Strike 2. 2-2. Glad you could be with us today. I need that water. The 2-2 is 3-2. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. First base open. And Aldeghi gets into one. That's a fair ball down the left field line. Both runners will score, and Aldeghi is in with a stand-up double. And the Melbourne Bulldogs lead it 4-1. We had to wait for the umpire because our camera can't see down that corner. Did you shoot the umpire? Yeah, Kayla shot the umpire. And as soon as he made the call, a fair ball, we knew Aldeghi had a double. So, 4 Melbourne runs in the inning. 2 right there on an Aldeghi double. And Dominic Tamburino steps in. And Tamburino looks at strike 1. I was watching the umpire with I was watching a suspense thriller. Because I can't see the line either. Upstairs. You have a concerned look on your face. Are you all right? Okay. Pitch. Is 1-2. Tony Burrows led off with a double in which Maddox Bultema could not find the ball up in the air. That was followed with a Bryson Ayala walk, followed by a Bryce Connor single, which drove in a run. Then the first out of the inning came on a fly out to center fielder Ryland Zinn, and then a Gabe Gonzalez walk and a Ty Aldeghi double. And that's where we are right now with Dominic Tamburino at the plate. Once again, I apologize. I am at that point of the week where with all the baseball and broadcast we've done, my voice is drained. I'm not. My voice is. The 2-2. Oh, nice pitch. I don't know what he's walking off the mound. That's 2 outs. And the Melbourne bench gives him the business for it. And Nolan Keeley steps in. Keeley playing right field today this season. Keeley a 189 hitter. And Colson May finds the zone for strike one there. 4 runs in the inning. This is the 8th batter Melbourne sent to the plate. Strike 2. So that's the first 0-2 count since the first batter, Tony Burrows. And Burrows ended up cracking, well, skying a double. And this time that is hit through the hole and around third. And he's going to be held up. Burrows, great job holding up. Not Burrows. Sorry. That's Ty Aldeghi held up. But Keeley gets a base hit. And the Bulldogs have first and third with 2 outs. The 4th hit of the inning for Melbourne. And the 9th hitter of the inning is Wyatt Votava, who is the number 9 hitter. Votava this season, 176. But this kid is a superb athlete. Don't let that 176 fool you. First pitch, low and away, ball 1. 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors in the inning. Couple of walks. The pitch, high and tight, 2-0. Burrows is standing on deck. He would be next. May. Strike 1. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And fouled off, and the count is full. As Keeley was running on the play, and he'll definitely be running on the play now because it's 3-2 with 2 outs. So the payoff pitch on its way, full count. First and third, 2 outs. And I'm not sure what that's going to, maybe trying to catch him going there, I guess. Start off the next inning facing the number 9 hitter, but not going to fall for that. May gets Wyatt Matava window shopping for the 3rd and final out, but not before the Melbourne Bulldogs send 9 batters to the plate. They score 4 runs on 4 hits. They strand 2. We go to the top of the 2nd. Melbourne 4 and Lake Minneola 1. Dylan Montrell, Ryland Zinn, and back to Zim, and been back to the top of the order with Chase Dougherty for Lake Minneola, who last time they stood in the batter's box led 1-0. They now trail by 3 thanks to 4 in the bottom of the first by Melbourne. And Logan Hart, we'll see how he responds to having sat for about 30 minutes. Pitch, and it's ball 1. Ball 2. The 2-0 is 2-1. And Hart with his first strike in the second inning. A 260 hitter. Montrell is now at 3-1. And that is ball 4. And that is exactly how they started back in the top of the first. As Ryland Zinn steps in. Zinn, 286 this year. 14 hits, 5 RBIs. The question this inning becomes, how long will Jose Soto allow him to walk batters? Burrows takes a shot, won't get him. Kerry Wetro, the manager, coach, was very gracious to us last year when we went over to Lake Minneola. Great program. Coach runs. 21-8 this year were the Hawks. And that ball is lined down the line, foul. If I remember correctly, wasn't Lake Minneola where we went and the fireworks were off in the distance for Disney? Yeah. Disney fireworks in about the 6th inning of the game last year. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Hart bounces back and strikes out. Ryland Zinn, that's a big one. Chase Dougherty steps in, who walked and scored the lone run back in the first. And that'll get away from, or that hit him. All right, so we got an HBP. And there goes. I believe this is going to do it here. If I were Coach Soto, and listen, Logan is pitching his heart out, but just doesn't have it today. And he's going to take the ball from Logan Hart. And we'll be back to tell you who the new Melbourne pitcher is. This pitching change brought to you by the Bulldog Diamond Club. Back in a moment. All right, it'll be Landon Barney. No stranger to the Melbourne mound is Barney. He is making his 15th appearance this season. That's a team high. As soon as the wind comes blowing my pages away from me. Good Lord. I mean, I'm not complaining, having wind. Could be like it was at Satellite the other day where it felt like 250 degrees and no wind. But anyway, Barney this year making his 15th appearance. He's 2-0 with a 2.12 ERA. In 33 innings pitched, he's allowed 33 hits, 18 runs, just 10 of them earned, 14 walks, and 20 strikeouts. Teams are batting just .252 against him. So Barney, with his 15th appearance this season, as Tyler Pierre steps in. Pierre also walked his last time up. Got to take off his sleeve. And Barney's first pitch of the game is a strike, as Pierre shows bunt on that. We okay? What? Oh no, we called it beforehand because remember Cheryl took us over. Oh yeah. Okay. Foul tip into the glove. Strike 3. Nice job by Burrows to hang on, and that is out number 2, and that's what you call a relief job there. As Maddox Bultima steps in, Maddox popped out to Bryson Ayala his last time up. 480 hitter. Runners at first and second. There's a hard ground ball. Eaten up. Nice play over at third by Dominic Tamburino. He steps on third. That ball was scorched down to third, and Tamburino makes the play. That ends the inning. The Bulldogs don't allow a run. Nice job, Landon Barney. Back with the bottom of the second in a minute. All right, back to the top of the lineup in the bottom of the second as the Bulldogs lead it 4-1. And Landon Barney, who came on in relief at the bottom of the first, has only thrown 18 pitches in this tournament. No, it's not a tournament, but it's a state tournament. But in this series, pitched, I believe it was back in game 1, through 18 pitches. So he's got a lot to work with today. Burrows doubled his last time up as he hit the ball high in the air. And Maddox Bultima lost the thing in the high sky, and the umpires going out to chit-chat with pitcher Colson May for some reason. Going to tell him buckle his belt. As the Melbourne dugout helps him out, grooms him up a little bit, verbally. You just got to love the stuff that comes from the dugouts, man. Burrows with a hot shot, eaten up by Dougherty, and over to first. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, one out.
I know exactly what it was.
What?
So on the belt, like quarterbacks have, they will place you.
Right.
Coach can give him, I think coach can give him a number, and he looks down. That might have been blinding the batter.
With the glare. Okay.
Batter or the umpire for that.
Yeah, could have. As Bryson Ayala steps in. Bryson walked and then would score. Outside and low, ball one. Ball two. Two and one. Two and two. Bryson kind of gave that one away when he checked, kind of just like turned a little bit. The 2-2 is a chopper to the second baseman. Rupsing up and over to first. He didn't get him, did he? No, he did not. Bryson Ayala flying down the line, beats it out. And Brandon Rupsing had it, fielded it, but just didn't get the ball there in time. Ayala flashing speed, and he gets an infield single on a hustle play. And now the top hitter in the series, Bryce Connor, 5 for 7 in this series. 5 for 8, 5 for 9, or what is he, 6 for 5, 5 for 9. And Ayala easily takes second base on a steal. He was 4 for 7, he's 5 for 8 now with 4 RBIs in this series is Connor. And RBI number 5 just stole second base. Pitch, and that's a corner strike. 1-1. In the dirt, nice block by Tristan Collison. It's 2-1. Casey Dwyer on deck. Chopper is foul. Coming our way. Fielded quite nicely there by Coach. If you're going to preach no errors, you can't make no errors, and he made no error there. 2-2. And he freezes up Bryce, and Bryce gets caught looking through the window. Strike 3, 2 outs. Casey Dwyer steps in. Dwyer popped out to the center fielders last time up. It's 1-0. Ayala at second. And that'll be a strike. 1-1. One ball and one strike. In the dirt. 2-1. Gabe Gonzalez on deck. And Dwyer's pitch. Yeah, that's a strike. That little, when you do that with your arm, umpire knows he's got you for a strike call. You're not complaining. Because the umpire will look at you and go, you thought about it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild. Turn card pitch on the way to number 17. And there is a chopper. Foul. Did the whole team? I'm like looking at the team. Did they all dye their hair blonde? I believe they did. Yeah, it looks like they did. 2-2. And that umpire says, nah, upstairs. 3-2 now. So the count is full. Ayala at second. Don't think he'll be off with the pitch. First base is open. And the second base umpire is become overly sensitive for a second. Pitch skied in the air, and I mean skied, but it's in the infield as Tyler Pierre calls and hauls for the third and final out. And that'll end it. Bulldogs strand 1, top of the third, coming up 4-1 Melbourne. All right, welcome back here to Dawson Field. Alan Slaughterzinski, Caleb Brown with you as we head to top of the third. Landon Barney comes back out, and he's going to face Fabian Antonsanti. Fabian's first pitch is a strike, and he struck out his last time up. 4-1, Melbourne on top. Pitch. And the count is now 0-2 after the failed bunt attempt. Melbourne, no comeback needed in this one. And there's a hit, booted. You know, I'm going to say something. Gabe Gonzalez is a good fielder, but I saw him do that twice in the pregame. And just, you know, a lot of times that just carries over with you. And so that's going to be an error for Gabe. Unfortunate, but it happens. But I did. I saw him do it twice in the pregame and said to myself, Self, keep your eye on that. Colson May steps in, and May hits one deep back into the gap and around second, and on his way to score will be Anton Santi, and stopping at second with a stand-up double is Colson May. And already the error has cost the Bulldogs. Nice piece of hitting by Colson May, who should get pinch hit for, and he will. As Jacob Cowley steps in, he absolutely crushed that to the gap, did he not? Yep. So the score is now 4-2. Just a good pitch he hit. Good piece of hitting. Popped up. And nice job by Tamburino to call everybody off and haul it in for out number one. And that's a big out for Melbourne. Tristan Clausen steps in, the catcher. Clausen popped up to Game Gonzalez his last time. Swings over the top, strike one. The pinch runner is Connor Ohia. So it'll be a combination of arms likely to get it done for Melbourne the rest of the way here in the top of the third inning. The pitch and fold him. And now he's got him at 2 strikes and got him swinging at pitches in the dirt. So right now I'd say Landon Barney has the hitter right where he wants him. Tristan Clausen. The 1-2 is 1-3, and Clausen does a little window shopping as he gets caught looking at strike 3, and that is a huge strikeout by Barney, bringing up Dylan Montroll. Big pitch, Barney. Montroll walked, and he looks at ball one. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Did he go? Burrows asked, and the first base umpire says no. 2-1. Ryland Zinn on deck. 2 outs. And there is, I can't see. And that is caught for the third and final out of the inning. I don't know how, because I couldn't see it, but all I know is it was. And that ends the inning. But they get a run on 1 hit and 1 error, and strand 1. We head to the let's keep it here because apparently that was a great catch. And we just don't have the angle to make that as the Bulldogs come out to greet their left fielder, Ty Aldeghi, who apparently made an outstanding play on that. We just can't see it. So that'll end the inning. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 stranded. To the bottom of the third we go. 4-2 Melbourne. Gabriel Gonzalez will lead it off. Gabe walked and scored back in the first. And back for his third inning of work is Colson May. May rocks, kicks, and fires, and drops in strike one. And there's a hard ground ball, but snagged by May, and he flips to the first baseman for out number one. Aldeghi steps in, who made a great catch to end the bottom half, or the top half of third inning, I should say. And he gets a nice hand from the faithful. Aldeghi with the double. His last time up. Two and one now. Two and two. Game has picked up its pace a little. Pitch and fastball blown by Aldeghi for out number two. Fourth strikeout of the afternoon for Colson May as Dominic Tamburino steps in. He was one of the four strikeout victims, and that occurred back in the first inning. If that strike call was any more late, it'd be tomorrow. 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Low and inside. Good pitch, good waste pitch. And Colson May has found himself quite a rhythm this inning here, Caleb, for sure. And it's 2-2. What is that thing? No, not at all. Pitch. Oh, that's a beaut, Clark. And again, Tamburino goes down on strikes, this time looking. 3 up, 3 down. The first of the game. We go to the top of the fourth, and it's 4-2 Melbourne. To the top of the fourth we go. It'll be Rylan Zinn, Chase Dougherty, and Tyler Pierre for the Hawks. Zinn struck out swinging his last time up. And Landon Barney's first pitch to Ryland is upstairs, ball one. Ball two. I don't hear those mitts popping behind me like I did earlier. In terms of the bullpen. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Vieira will take on Dwyer tonight. Swing and a miss, strike two. That's in what, Palm Beach, right? Palm Beach. That's a 7 o'clock game. The winner of this series will advance to play Bloomingdale, the top-seeded team in the region. In the dirt, 3-2. And this ball is hit, but foul. Pitch, and that ball is rocked down the left field line, but it is foul as well. It's a good thing because he got into that one a little bit. This might be something here. Barney takes a little off at and keeps down here. Barney kicks and fires. Oh, that's a good one there. And Caleb with a great play. What a dive by Caleb. You can't see it on camera, but the play he made was out of this world. And it's 3-2. Yeah, should be on some kind of team. 3-2. Barney. Got him! Logan Barney with a big pitch. Landed Barney with a big pitch. I'm not getting into calling him Logan. I don't know where I got that from the last time. Landon Barney. That's a huge strikeout. Not just because of the way he got it. He battled for that. Battled. Would not give in. Landon would not give in. Chase Dougherty. And Dougherty chases for a strike. Landon Barney gets the signs. Hard ground ball down the third base line. Just foul. Popped up our way. Tamburino says, I got it. And he does for out number 2. Tyler Pierre will step in. He has walked and struck out. Barney with an opportunity here to match a 1-2-3 with a 1-2-3. Since he has come in and allowed the double, he has set down 5 in a row. Knock on wood. Outside, 1-1. Hard ground ball. Tamburino grabs it on the hop. Long throw. Got him. No, he missed him. Missed him. The throw sailed on Tamburino. It's an E5. And Pierre reaches on a 2-out error with Maddox Bultima coming up. I don't know that he would have got him. You know what I mean? But that's an error because of the throw. But but I'm not sure he would have got him anyway. It would have been a tough play. And he's off and running, and that's a base hit down the line, and it is fair. And around second, he was off and running anyway. Pierre touches the bag. Here comes the throw, and it will bounce into Burrow's chest protector. And Maddox will team a first pitch in the left field. Will score Tyler Pierre all the way from first, who was off and running. And down the second base goes Bultima, and the Lake Minneola Hawks have cut the lead to 1. It's 4-3. First pitch swinging, and they've done it with 2 outs. As Fabian Antonsanti steps in. And that's credit to Coach Wetro, who was sending him the whole way, coming around. And this one is lifted into center field. Votava. What a catch by Wyatt Votava. Da-da-da, da-da-da. And that will end inning number 4. But Lake Minneola does get one back. The outfield coming through today for the Melbourne Bulldogs. Votava with a big play to secure the 1-run lead. Back with the bottom of the 4th in just a minute here on BSN. All right, welcome back here. And the Bulldogs, in the bottom of the 4th inning, will send Nolan Keeley, Wyatt Matava, and Tony Burrows to the plate. And you got to give Kerry Wetro credit. He is stuck with Colson May, and it has paid off for him. And that, I don't know where that missed. That's 2-1. 9 batters to the plate, 3 walks. Looked like seemingly had no control. And it's 3-1. It's got him this far. We'll see what happens from here on out, though. 3-1. And that is a leadoff walk to Nolan Keeley, and Wyatt Batava will step in, and I am sure a bunt is coming here. With Vatava's speed, the speed at first in Keeley, this grass, if the third baseman isn't playing, standing next to Colson May, He's got 2 steps on the grass, but it's not. It's nothing that isn't average with what you would see with this. I mean, I would literally be 10 feet in right now, daring him to lay one down. And it's 1-1. I mean, Vatava may even go all the way to 2 strikes bunting. What do you have to lose? You know what I'm saying? Could see a hit and run attempt, too. The pitch, and he pulls it back, and back in time at first base. Nice throw, though, by Tristan Clausen. Clausen down to first to try to get Nolan Keeley, but he will not get him. And there's a great-looking bunt down the first base line. A pitcher will tag him, but he has done his job in advancing Nolan Keeley to second on the sack bunt, or no RBI, but sack bunt as Tony Burrows steps in. So a good job by Wyatt Vatava to put Nolan Keeley in scoring position for the top of the order. Tony Burrows is doubled and grounded out. Pitch popped up, not what they needed. The last thing they needed. And that is Tyler Pierre hauling it in for out number 2. Bryson Ayala steps in. Ayala picked up his 5th hit of the series in his last at bat. Hit number 6 would put the Bulldogs likely back up by 2. 4-3 Melbourne, bottom of the 4th. Oof, what a pitch that was. My goodness gracious. You ain't lying, buddy. He was trying to put that one down by Tulane, where he is committed and signed to go. Outside, 1-1. 3 college signees for the Bulldogs, I believe they had the other day. Once again, we want to thank the Bulldog Diamond Club, some of their great sponsors. Like Rock Solid Roofing, Palm Bay Collision and Repair. What's that? Sims Crane and Equipment. Pitch. Oh, they got him. Nice looking pitch, Ayala. They set him up on that. Kind of catcher shifted outside. He kind of threw it back across the middle. Ayala took the bait and looks at strike 3. We go to the top of the 5th. Still a 1-run Bulldog lead. All right, welcome back. No, it won't be the Melbourne Bulldogs batting again. Flip the scorebook, Alan. It'll be Colson May, Jacob Cowley, and Tristan Clausen due up. Landon Barney's first pitch is inside for a ball. 1-0. Huh? Fifth inning. And a hard ground ball up the middle, but Ayala scoops it up and over to first for out number one here in the top of the fifth. Jacob Cowley steps in. He has walked and popped out to Dominic Tamburino his last time up. That is a big boy. Swings over the top for strike one, 0-1. Yeah, I don't know. Ball one. I was going to say a ball this, that, or the other, but I can't tell you where it missed. The 1-1. And that gets past the catcher, and it's 2-1. We've had some great umpires and this week come in from all over the mid-central Florida and do these games. Hard ground ball. That's foul ball. It goes off this foot or instep or something there, but it's foul. Yeah, he's kind of bending over now, feeling it. Coach Wetro tells him, shake it off. Taylor Swift's got you. Shake it off. Here's the pitch. Got him. And Burrows touches him up for out number two. And Tristan Clausen will step in. Clausen has popped out to Gabe Gonzalez and struck out looking his last time up. Landon Barney, with whatever that pitch is, gets strike one. And that is some sort of effective breaking pitch. That ball is hit into left field and tracking back. And it is gone. And it gets over the wall, and it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. And Tristan Clausen has tied it up at 4 apiece. 4-4 as Clausen is greeted at the plate by a mob of Hawks. And we're all knotted at 4. Yeah, that ball got up there, and he was tracking, and Aldeghi just ran out of room there, Caleb. Dylan Montrell steps in, another big young man. I think the thing, as a pitcher, the thing that agitates you so bad about something like that is you allow it with 2 strikes, because it's obviously a 2-strike mistake, and you just hate to make them. And he certainly did there, and Clausen made him pay. We apologize again. We don't have that angle, so can't see it. There's a strike. Strike 2. The 1-2 is in the dirt. 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. They have 9, now 10 home runs as a team for Clausen, his first of the year, and he sure did pick a good time to hit it. There's a chopper, and Coach Wetro with the one-handed grab, throws, got him. And flashing, there's no leather on that hand. back in the day, showing his age there. Yes, you did. I'm going to tell him you said that. And that gets away 3-2. You mean like you talking about the old days with the Ty Cobb gloves? Come on now. I got to take up for Coach. Oh, you're talking baseball history, okay? In the dirt, ball 4.
Listen, I may be a youngster, but I do know a little bit of baseball.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah. I would never call Coach old to his face.
Yeah. The pitching coach for the Bulldogs heads out to have a chit-chat with Landon Barney. Barney's pitched well up until the home run and having allowed the double. He had sat down 5 in a row, and he had the error. Yeah, home run. The good news is it's a solo shot. You know what I mean? And you can get them, give them up. Those are the ones to give up. Give up the solo kind. As Ryland Zim steps in. Runner at first. Still 2 outs here. Four game. Ball 1. And the gate swings to the bullpen behind me. Strike 1. 1-1. And activity is stirring in the Bulldog bullpen. In the dirt, 2-1. And Landon Barney again runs with 2 outs. A hard ground ball. Tamburino with a backhand over to first. Dom Tamburino with a great play down the line to end the inning. But Lake Minneola does pick up a 1 run on a Tristan Clausen home run. We're all tied, headed to the bottom of 5. The big freshman steps in, Bryce Connor, followed by Casey Dwyer and then Gabe Gonzalez, as we're all tied up at 4. Tristan Clausen, the catcher, with a big home run over the left field wall. And that's where we are as May comes back out for his 5th inning of work. First pitch, upstairs, ball 1. Ball 2. I cannot imagine that he has a ton of pitches remaining in his day. That's 3-0. That's 3-1. The 3-1 on its way. Is ball 4, and the freshman turns around and says, "Let's go," as he draws a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the 5th here. And Casey Dwyer steps in. And we're going to get a pinch runner for Dwyer. Or, no, for Bryce Connor, I should say. It's going to be Eddie Verbilia. As Casey Dwyer steps in, he is flied out to the center fielder and popped out to the shortstop. Throws over. And the pinch runner back in time. In the dirt, gets away. Verbilia will go to second on that one as that ball jumps way away. Good heads up base running there. And down to second base. And now you got to think that with no strikes in the count, and Eddie Verbilia at second, maybe at least make sure he gets over to third. You got to make sure you hit the ball the other way or lay it down or whatever it's going to take. But you have got to get Verbilia to third, and that's going to be two straight balls. And here comes their pitching coach out. Yeah, that's going to do it for Colson Mays. Coach Wetro comes out and pulls his starter. And Colson May has done an admirable job here today after a rough start to this one. Okay, so we'll step aside. This pitching change brought to you by the Bulldog Diamond Club. All right, Maddox Boltima is the new pitcher. Colson May goes 4 innings. He allows 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He walked 4 and struck out 6 in the game, so a good job for him. And the coming in will be number 27, Boltima. We'll tell you about him here as he gets set to face the first Hawk hitter, or the first Bulldog hitter. Okay. Baltimore, this is just his second appearance this season, so there ain't much to tell. As he'll face Casey Dwyer and throws a strike. So this is obviously one of these. I mean, you look at his innings pitched this year. Well, I'm looking at his brother. Okay, this is the different Baltimore. Okay, so he's got 24 innings pitched. He's allowed 22 hits, 27 runs, 17 of them earned. He's walked 14 and struck out 23. He is 1-1 with a 4.96 ERA. This is his 8th appearance. His brother has just one appearance. And right now he is 3-2 to Casey Dwyer. And that's ball 4. And the Bulldogs have first and second with nobody out and Gabe Gonzalez coming to the plate. Yeah, you gotta. I just think you gotta sacrifice these two over here. Third baseman's in the middle infield, shifted closer towards the second base bag. There is a lot of room between the first baseman and the second baseman and the third baseman and shortstop. And he pops this one up and out of play, trying to bunt. I mean, it almost feels like if you had, and I'm not saying he doesn't, but with as much room as there is, and the gaps in this infield, hit and run right now would be perfect. Pulls it back, and it ain't going to matter. None of it's going to matter as the ball gets by the catcher, and that takes everything off the table now as the runners will advance on the pass ball. And the Bulldogs now with second and third and nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. Can they? Pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Phono, is that okay? Temperature-wise? One and 2. Low, 2-2. Aldeghi on deck. Ground ball down the first base line. That is going to score a run. And the Melbourne Bulldogs take the lead back 5-4 as nice piece of hitting by Gonzalez as he takes the ball to the right side of the infield. And he'll ground out to the first baseman, but the chopper allowed Connor to score, or Connor's pinch runner. Down to third base goes Casey Dwyer. And at the plate now with a check swing strike is Aldeghi. So the Bulldogs on top 5-4 now. That's ridiculous. Yeah, well. Look, I mean, you get umpire crews that are like this, and obviously, I mean, the guy at third base is awesome. Right? We've had conversations with him. He was a part of the crew the other day. That's strike three looking by Ty Aldeghi, who goes down for out number 2. But, I mean, I don't think the Bulldogs are doing anything wrong. But apparently all you can do is clap and bang on anything you want, but you can't say anything. And that's ridiculous. Dominic Tamburino steps in. Casey Dwyer at third, and Tamburino fouls it off. So Dwyer, big run right there. Makes it a 2-run game, and somehow, some way, Tamburino, who's been spectacular at third base today, save for the one throwing error. Can get him home. That'll catch the corner. And now Tamburino's in a 1-2 hole. This ball is lifted in the right field, but Colson May had it all the way. The Bulldogs do take back the lead 5-4. We're going to the top of the 6th. Melbourne up by 1. We wondered all week long how managers going to handle their pitching staff. One of the better pitchers. Wait until the plug back in here. Sure, I'm good. Good. Okay. One of the things we had wondered all week was how would managers handle their pitching staffs, and well, judging by what we're seeing right now, Jose Soto's done a pretty good job of that as he brings in Sean Gates here. Gates came in and threw 58 pitches on Wednesday, so he's got pitches to burn here. And this young man, all we've ever seen him do is fire strikes. Love the way he pitches, love his compete, love the way he fills up the zone. And Gates nearly picks up strike 2, but for some reason doesn't. Gates a lefty. That's strike 2. Gates this year 4-0 with a 2.62 ERA. This is his 12th appearance. Oh, that hit him. Gates, 37 and a third innings pitched, 25 hits, 17 runs, 14 of them earned, 14 walks, 26 strikeouts. He has allowed 3 home runs this year, and teams are batting 189 against him. So not a good way to start off the inning if you're Gates as he hits a batter. Burrows is going out. Burrows goes right out there and tells him, come on, man, you got this, dude. This is you. This is the moment you were made for. Right here. Go get it. Catcher leadership. As Tyler Pierre steps in. Pierre scored from first, reached on an error, and then scored from first on a double his last time up. And Gates gets ahead 0-1. The other thing is, if you want to leave it hooked up for an entire half inning, I don't mind sliding it down and working the camera. That's not a problem. Pitch. Off and running and popped up and out of play, and Gates has him in an 0-2 hole as Chase Dougherty was off on the pitch. Top of the sixth, 5-4, Melbourne on top. Winner advances to face Bloomingdale in the regional quarterfinals set to begin Wednesday night. Tuesday night, I think. Yeah, Tuesday night. Is it Tuesday night? Wednesday, Thursday? Yeah, Wednesday night. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday for the next 2 weeks. So upstairs, ball one. Off and running. Perfect. And down to second base goes Dougherty with the SB. And Pierre is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I mean, that was all on the pitcher there because Burrow's at a point now where he probably needs to leave him alone and let him pitch. Unless they got their signals crossed up there. Gates, I think, is a sophomore. He is. And lifted down the right field line and foul. Put up, if you want, after this batter, just slide it down. Just pick it up and bring it down. We're going to change the audio on this a little bit. You're going to charge this thing up a little bit more. That first inning killed us in terms for batters. So we want to make sure the camera is fully charged. So you'll hear a little background noise, but you hear a lot of background noise, actually, for about a half inning. But we're just trying to get enough of a charge to plug the headsets back up coming into the bottom of the 6th and the top of the 7th. Just want to make sure we do not run out of juice. You would not like that. 3-2. Time was called and it was granted. Actually, it's 2-2. 2-2. Three and two. First base is open. Gates has been clutch this season for Melbourne. Can he do it again here? As they need him most right now. 3-2 is lifted down the right. Uh-oh. Oof. I saw it bounce. That was close, though. And we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ball 4 and third base is stolen. So now it's first and third with nobody out. All right, come on.
Now batting number 27, Maddox.
All right, you still got me. As Burrows goes out to talk to, I don't know what he's waiting for. He's looking over at the dugout. The third time this inning Burrows has gotten up to talk to. I guess he's doing it on instruction from the coaching staff. But, so, that's going to bring up Maddox Bultima.
Hey, spin it in the middle. Spin it.
Top of the 6th. As Bultima steps in. Bultima. First pitch is upstairs, and right now, Gates is struggling. Who's that warming up behind? See? It is number 6. Take a look at that. There's the roster's right there, son. Popped up. And is it in play? No, just gets over the fence. All the way to the back. All the way to the back.
And Noah Lopez. Malachi Myers.
Go, Johnny, go!
Noah Lopez. Is that who it is? Noah Lopez? Noah Lopez warming up. One and one, and they do throw the ball down. Did they get him? No. So Tyler Pierre steals second, so now second and third with nobody out. Good news, bad news situation as Burrows calls in the entire infield this time. It's a good thing there's not a pitch clock in high school baseball, or disengagements or engagements allowed.
Let's go, Sean. You good, kid? Let's go. Hey, let's go, guys. Let's go. Body language. Let's go.
Apologize for the audio there, but get it charging up so we make sure we don't run out of juice here late. Ground ball through, and that is going to score 2 runs. And Pierre crosses the plate, and the ecstatic bench goes crazy of Lake Minneola. I 2 runs in, and now it is 6-5 for the Hawks. And there goes pitching coach out. I imagine that's probably going to be it. We'll step aside and be right back. All right, welcome back. Here, Caleb and I are just talking about parents. And so now pitching is Mr. Lopez out there for Noah Lopez. 7th appearance this season. 2.21 ERA for the Bulldogs this year. Lopez, 12 2/3 innings, 15 hits, 9 runs, 4 of them earned, 8 walks, 10 strikeouts, and teams are batting .283 against him. As Fabian Anton Santi steps in. And here we go, folks. 6-5, 2 runs in, nobody out. Runner at first. A 2 RBI single by Maddox Baltima scored. Chase Dougherty, who stole his way to third, and Tyler Pierre has popped up and gets away. Strike one. The seniors on this team tonight have got to finish this game up and go get dressed, showered, and ready for playing. Pitch. And the runner takes off. He got him. Yes, indeed. Great throw. And Maddox Baltima is tossed out at second. That is a 2-6. Down goes Baltima. Great throw, great tag. And the count is 1-1. We all right? Ground ball. Gonzalez up and over to first, 2 outs. So 2 outs. So again, if you're just joining us, apologize for the audio. Charge it up, make sure we got enough juice left for the final inning. That long first inning in which both teams sent 9 batters to the plate. 43-minute first inning. Swing and a miss by Colson May. And Colson May was looking to hit that one back to Lake Minneola. He swung right out of his elbow guard. And that one fouled out. 2 strikes. 2 runs in the inning. As the Hawks or the Bulldogs will advance to face Bloomingdale next Wednesday at Bloomingdale. Ground ball, and Gonzalez throws. Oh, what a play! Gonzalez with a web gem in the hole, running away, and that will end the inning. But not before Lake Minneola picks up 2, back with the bottom of the 6th. 6-5 Hawks. Nolan Keeley will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning here. Keeley has walked and singled in this one. And the Bulldogs trail by 1 late. Maddox Bultima, the pitcher. And Bultima, first pitch is a ball. It was here the other night that the Bulldogs would score twice to tie the game, but then Lake Minneola walked it off. They can't walk it off tonight. Melbourne's here at home. And that is right down Wickham Road for strike 1. Hard ground ball, and Pierre with a great play. Now he's got to make it. And Pierre snagged a hard hit ball in the hole, but couldn't get back up to make the throw in time. And Nolan Keeley leads off with a single. Wyatt Vitava steps in. Sorry about that. I keep dipping the umbrella in the front. Caleb didn't do that. Vitava shows bunt, does bunt, and it's a beauty. Oh, they might get it. They do. What a play by the third baseman. Outstanding play by Chase Dougherty to get the lead runner. 1 out. What a play. Tony Burrows steps in.
Hey, let's go!
Wyatt Vitava's got plenty of speed over there. Burrows has popped out to the shortstop, grounded out to the third baseman, and doubled back in the first on a fly ball that was misjudged. And when I say misjudged, I mean got up into the high sky. And at the time, Maddox Bultima just lost it. Bultima's now on the mound. And it's 2-1 to Burrows. I want to thank the Bulldog Diamond Club for their sponsorship of today's game. Corner strike, 2-1. Oh, Vitava slipped. Oh, wow, he's in trouble now because he had to go back. They won't get the double play, but they'll get the lead runner. Vitava slipped on the hit and run attempt, and then when the ball was grounded, he just didn't have a shot. So that'll be a fielder's choice.
Now batting number 21, Bryson, Ayala.
Shador Sanders, finally drafted. When was he drafted?
144.
What round is that? That's got to be round 5. And we're at the end of 4. In the dirt with 2 outs here as Bryson Ayala steps in. Fifth round pick. Wow.
And unfortunately, now you got to go into a better situation.
No, he's not. 6-5 here. I mean, it was either going to be them. And Ayala gets into one. And oh, what a catch out there by Ryland Zinn, the center fielder. Did moment for him. We go to the 7th. Bulldogs still down by 1. All right. All right, welcome back for the top of the 7th. As Lake Minneola looks to add to their 1-run lead here, and they'll try to do so with Jacob Cowley, Tristan Clausen, and Dylan Montrell. As Cowley has struck out, popped out, and walked in this game. And this is ground ball over to third base, but it's not. That is not Tamburino because he is on the mound. Dominic Tamburino has come on to pitch inning number 7 for Melbourne. That is number 13 at third base, and that is Johnny Hemmel. So Tristan Clausen is at the plate. He homered his last time up. Swings over the top, and it's 1-1. Clausen really got it going for Lake Minneola, who has scored 3 runs. Had 1 run coming in, and he gets into this one into right field. Nolan Keeley with a one-handed catch, and the outfielders have put on quite the show here today. Both teams. Nolan Keeley with a great catch. Denanet, and that'll bring up Dylan Montrell. Another great play by the outfield. And Dylan walked, flied out to the left fielder who made a great catch on that one, Ty Aldeghi, and walked back into first, officially 0 for 1. 2 outs here, though, in the bottom of the 7th. And the Bulldogs need just 1. 4 of the 6 runs for Lake Minneola have all come with 2 outs in this game. Hard ground ball down to Hemmel, up and over to first. Here we go. And the Melbourne Bulldogs have 3 outs to score 1 run, 2 to win, or their season's over. Back here on the Brevard Sports Network in a minute. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. It's do or die now, time now for the Melbourne Bulldogs. And if history tells us anything in this series, at least in the last one, the Bulldogs should be walking out of here victorious. We'll see. They're down by 1. It'll be Bryce Connor, Casey Dwyer, and Gabe Gonzalez to start it off. The Bulldogs need 1 to force extra innings or 2 to win it. Here we go. Bottom of the 7th. Chase Dougherty, Tyler Pierre, Brendan Rupsing, and Jacob over at first pitch. Couldn't start it off any better from Maddox Bultima. Strike 1. 0-1 to the freshman who has singled, walked, and struck out, and he swings and misses. Strike 2 from Bultima. You sure our microphone's good? All right. Bultima's got the freshman in a 1-2 hole. And Christian Clausen checks, and at first base umpire says no. Ball 1. And not a great time to be looking through the window, but Connor does it, and he'll strike out for the second time looking in the game. 1 out. Casey Dwyer steps in. Dwyer has walked and popped out and flied out in this one. 0 for 2 officially. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Both dugouts up and at the front. The 1-0 is popped straight up. Clausen calls, and oh my goodness, the pitcher comes in and saves the day. Maddox Bultima. Clausen flat dropped the ball, and Bultima dove and caught it. 2 outs. I mean, that's crazy. If ever you know it's not your time, that might be the indicator right there. That might be the thing that tells you today's not your day. Gabriel Gonzalez steps in. And Gonzalez will look at strike 1. What a play. Just a heads-up play by the pitcher. The 0-1. And that's a base hit. And the Melbourne Bulldogs season does their best BG impression and stays alive on the base hit by Gonzalez, bringing up Ty Aldeghi. Aldeghi has doubled and struck out twice. Bultima's first pitch is a curveball, swung on a miss, strike 1. 2 runs in the top of the 6th. The difference right now popped up and out of play, and the Melbourne Bulldogs are down to their final strike of the 2025 baseball season. Bultima. And the home plate umpire says, slow down a little bit here. Bultima. He fires. Got him! And Lake Minneola has won the game 6-5. They have won the series 2-1, and they will advance to face Bloomingdale next week in the regional semifinals. Great season for the Bulldogs as they will finish 18-10. And just an outstanding job from Maddox Bultima when he came on. And, you know, I think it said something for Coach Wetro to stick with Colson May as well after that first inning there. And May pitched him into the sixth, and Bultima come on and did the rest. A great combination of defense for both of these teams today. But in the end, it is the Lake Minneola Hawks that win this series 2-1. And that'll wrap it up here from Dawson Field for the season. I'd like to thank Principal Chad Kirk. I would also like to thank Athletic Director Chad Raymond. And we will see you next season here. I got some spring football and softball left, but that's it for the baseball season. The Melbourne Bulldogs finish 18-10. So I'm talking here, for Caleb Brown, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski. This has been a production of Brevard Sports Network. Once again, your final score, Melbourne falls in the third game and loses the series 2-1. Lake